Morning, work diver. Good to see you, man. What's up, Sauger? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing all right. You been getting some sleep, Sauger? Good, good. Good to know. I'll get into this stuff here in a minute. I'll let a few more people get into the room, and then we'll start talking about what we're looking at. Out of curiosity, Work Diver and Sauger, what stocks are you guys watching this morning? Anything that's on my list here? Nice, Sauger. That's good. Okay. SDC, TROV, YGYI, and then SHOP for possible long. So I've looked at those other ones. Well, I haven't looked at YGYI. I'll check that out here in a minute. But shop. Only A plus setups on those, yeah. Okay. I don't know, Work Diver. I am seeing a kind of a double top here, kind of. And if we draw this trend line, let's see what happens when we. Let's see. So we've got that trend. Yeah, it could get along. It could get along. That could be good for a long, obviously with more volume. But here on the daily, when I see stuff like this where it's kind of a almost a flat top, I see room to drop. Of course, I'm short biased, so that's kind of what my eye is trained to see. But yeah, this could be a long, and it actually could be a breakout from all this. The only thing I'm concerned about is it looks like it broke out here from all-time highs, but it failed and had a pretty massive sell-off. Now it held the trend line. So I guess my biggest thing is if it were to break this trend line and then break this trend line down here, then I would probably turn short. That's interesting. That'd be an interesting. I'll actually put that on watch, and I'll see if that either has a breakout and makes for a good long, like you're saying, or if it breaks these trend lines. I'll just keep it right there. Um, so, and then let's see. Yeah, SDC. I'm watching SDC as well for a possible long. SDC, the interesting thing about SDC, I noticed this on FinViz this morning. It's got a 52% short float interest. 52.22% short float interest. But it's not shortable on, at least on my broker. This T symbol means that you cannot short it. Which, Sagar, I think you use light speed as well, so you probably already know that. But you know, you got to think about the people that have been shorting this stock, and they're coming into the markets this morning, and they're seeing this stock, being driven up on a news catalyst. They were granted a patent for retail concept and treatment process. So, and I haven't dug into the article. I don't really know what all of that means, but I know that patents are good, and I know that this could create a short squeeze. It could create a really good short squeeze. So I'm almost... this is why it's one of the ones at the top of my list. Let's put it like that. Because I'm very seriously considering going long on this, just based on the fact that we could have shorts getting squeezed out all day long on it. And keep in mind, this is still a fairly recent stock. Was IPO'd in September, so it's very interesting. So TROV, yeah, I saw this one earlier. Obviously, it's a former runner, so whoa, excuse me. I don't remember the catalyst on it, but I'll check it out here real quick. 11 million share float. Expands board with addition of 3 industry leaders: James Armitage, MD, Lyle White, and Gary Pace, PhD. I don't know what any of that means, but that was actually April 22nd. So there's really I don't see any. There might be a newer news catalyst, but I don't see anything since April 22nd. I don't know. That's probably one I'm going to stay away from. And then YGYI. Let's take a look at this one. Yeah, this one. I guess if the volume comes in, it could very possibly move. So that might be a good one. But yeah, I think SDC. Oh, and you called out IBIO. I did see that earlier as well on the scanners. And I mean, this stock, we know this one can move. You have to locate shorts though, so it's not the easiest to short. But keep in mind, it's a 92 million share float. It's a larger float. So not to say that it can't move, but it is a larger float. So in my estimation, it would be a slower mover, but that's not always necessarily the case. And that's not to say that it cannot make a good move to the upside. So good luck with that one. AMD, to me, I've got that here because I'm kind of looking at the same thing as what Workdiver is looking for on Shop. Although Shop probably has a little bit more potential because it would be actually breaking all-time highs, where there's just kind of been this line here at $58 on AMD. It's come up here once. It's kind of teetered around that level. It poked through here, came back down, came up again here. So I think if it breaks 58 again, I think it can definitely move. And this could be a good long today. And then obviously the high of day, or the all-time high, is going to be past 59.27. And I think this is one of those stocks where you never know. I mean, we could see all-time highs today. This could break the $60 mark. That's we're looking at the whole dollar there, and that would be very critical for AMD. But also kind of like what I was talking about with Shop. If you look at Shop's daily chart, although Shop kind of looks, it has that more of that rollover pattern look to it, but where AMD is kind of more of a flat top, and it had a big fail here, but it got bought right back up, Now Shop, same thing. Shop had a pretty significant fail here, but it didn't flag out and then fail the way that AMD did, to where it got bought back up. So I'm just kind of showing you the differences and the variances here. But the thing with Shop is, in the similar thing with both of these stocks, is that if it has a breakout of the highs, that will be very significant, and they could be really good long plays. And if AMD breaks this 58.63 level, especially, I think it could move up. And really, a lot of this is, going to be dependent, I think, on what the SPY does as well. As we can see, the SPY just, man, I mean, it just continues to truck its way on up. I mean, look at this. This is phenomenal. It's just phenomenal. I mean, it really is. I don't think anybody's ever seen anything quite like this. Just what a buyback. What a buyback. But we're still knocking up on this trend line here, and we have not crossed through this trend line, and I think that's a very important point. And it's kind of going to be the same thing that we were looking at the other day with this 50-day moving average. And there was actually a line, we had drawn a line here, I believe. I removed some of these lines just to clean this up a little bit, and we've kind of moved past this stuff. So, but, you're looking at, it would have to be a break of this trend line, and it would have to be a break of the 294.46 level. We're meeting a critical point right there. So I'm going to be watching for that today, and looking for a possible pullback on the SPY. But I don't know. Guys, bears are getting eaten alive right now. They're getting eaten alive. They're just getting trampled and stampeded over by the bulls. So, but these are the top ones that I'm probably going to be watching here, pretty much in the order that I have them. Obviously, all these down here are ones that I'm not really paying too much attention to. BWEN looks like it could ignite. I'm actually going to take this off my list, but I do want to know if it has a break of 250, and then I'm going to want to know, or I'm going to watch for a break of 288. So I'm going to put BWEN on here, 250 on the ask, and critical break at 288. So we will watch for that. And I'm going to go ahead and remove that from the watch list. So it's got to get up there, guys. And then SHOP, I'm going to keep that on watch. But pretty much, I would say pretty much from CCL down, I'll say CCL to Shop. After that, these other ones I'm not really paying too much attention to, but I'll check in on them every now and then just to see if they're providing good setups, and to make sure volume is also in there to justify the trade. SDC, AMD, SDC are the ones I'm really going to be watching out of the gates. Good morning, Notre Dame. Good to see you. And then mRNA is going to be interesting to me because same thing. Now it's had good news. It had a major sell-off yesterday, but a major buyback today. If you look at this chart, I mean, look at this. It looks just this U-shaped. I mean, just what a massive buyback yesterday in post-market hours. And it's done this. We can see this done this multiple times, which tells me that it could end up doing the same thing here. I mean, we could break these levels. It could come back down, and there'd be enough in there to get in on a pretty decent move to the downside. So these are the top three that I'm going to be watching out the gates, and we'll see how they perform. I will talk a little bit about CCL. CCL I actually want to kind of put down below UPS. UPS it doesn't have a great daily chart. I think it is largely controlled by institutional traders, but that being said, I don't think there was any kind of bad news on it. Let me look at what the news was just to double check on that. By the way, it's a 700 million share float. UPS stock is falling after results. Sales were impressive, but earnings fell short. Okay, so sales were impressive, but revenue, let's see, or I mean the profit, there was a miss on the profits, but revenues, rise above forecast. So I think this is kind of one of those ones where, it looks like it's going to sell off, but I think it could get bought back up. I really, honestly, I probably shouldn't even mess with this one though, just because of how difficult it can be to trade. Morning, Yoni B. Good to see you. So, but I don't know. I've got it here just in case, because if there does seem to be a good massive buyback on it, it would be worth getting in, at least for, a nice scalp to the long side. But again, the main ones I'm watching here are AMD, and I want to be alerted if it breaks past 57.50, and 58 is going to be the final. So I'm going to set a couple alerts here just in case I'm on another stock and I don't take to the first alert. I'm going to put 57.50 on the ask, and then I'm also going to put AMD. I'm going to put 57.80 on the ask, and critical break at 58. Okay, so I'll put another notation there. Well, I'll probably keep an eye on SDC, but I will also set an alert on SDC for if it breaks above $7.10. So just in case I have to take my eyes off of it for a while, I want to know if it gets back over $7.10. And again, these are for longs. These are for longs. Now AMD, if it looks like it's going to start to fail, I will consider going short, but I have a feeling today could be chop fest on that one. And then mRNA looks like it's already wanting to get a good drop to the downside. If it loses $50, it would be interesting to me for a scalp, So I might actually stick to this one, and I've got those alerts set for the other ones. Sagar is saying that IBIO is breaking. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's breaking pre-market high. That's good. UPS is getting a pretty significant pullback. Shop is holding that trend line. And I will be interested to know if Shop breaks down past 625, and then I'll want to know if it gets over 660. So alerts, Shop 624.80 on the bid, and then Shop 660 on the ask. I will want to be alerted at those points. All right, guys. 20 seconds to the bell. Oh, got in late on that one. Got to come out some. See if we can continue to get the drop. There we go. It's a nice drop there. Come out a little bit more just in case. Gets a buyback. Okay, coming out just in case we get the buyback there. Okay, UPS is having a massive sell-off here. Be interesting to see if we get below 97.38. Shop is getting crushed below 624. Okay, let's see if it breaks. See if it continues to break. It's getting a buyback. mRNA looks like it's continuing to come down, continuing to sell off. Keeping an eye on shop. What a nice move on mRNA. Very spready though. Don't completely trust it. Okay, let's see. Might be finding support. Oh. Shop is continuing to get the sell-off. Kind of missed the move there. Might be getting a bounce on that trend line. Really difficult to say with mRNA. Shop looks like it's gonna pull back up. Shop looks like it's gonna make a little recovery here, but we'll see. Seems like it's gonna turn around. I may give it another shot to the downside. It's making a recovery back up to that trend line. Okay, I'm gonna try to get in here on shop. See if we can make a significant move to the downside on this one. Really like to see a break of 620 and that trend line. Otherwise, we'll have to come out. SPY's making a nice little pullback there. Really need to see some resolution to the downside here. Otherwise, again, it's just going to be holding that trend line. See a flush down. Can we get a flush? Can we get a continued flush? Really need to see a break here on shop. Seek to remove half at 24. Okay, so we got out half there for $8. Let's see what these other 5 shares can do. And if it doesn't do much, then obviously we'll have to come out. See where we're looking on the 5-minute. Okay, we've got to get below 618. And we've got to break that trend line. That's kind of what I'm looking for. If we don't do it, then I'll have to pull. $622.25. 628.22. So AMD's chop, SDC is chop, mRNA is resolving to the downside, that's good. UPS is chop, shop is chop, but looks like it could come back up. Watching SPY, really like to see SPY resolve to the downside here. Would be very, very telling for what shop can do. See what shop's going to do. SPY's coming back up. Okay. And just want to make sure this is not chop here. Don't want to get chopped out for no reason. But If we come above 631.93, well, really this is kind of the point up here that I should have my stop at, 634. This could be a significant fail on shop. Watching SPY on the 5-minute. See if we can get a break of 622, 622.20. Okay. Getting a good move down. Would even consider adding at 621. The break of 620. If it could seriously move down. We really need to see a good strong move down here. None of my alerts are being triggered, so I'm really not in too much of a hurry here. SPY is selling lightly, but really need to see it start pulling. I mean, it pulls and then it pushes. It pulls and then it pushes. It's, you know, it sells off and then gets bought up. Sells off and then gets bought up. It's getting bought up right now. Okay, going to come out another half there on shop. So I will consider adding if it breaks, you know, if it breaks back down again. But we really need to see it break down. If it comes back above, I think, what, 631, yeah, I'll probably need to get out. So really want to see it get a move down here and break that 622 level. Breaks that 622 level, I will definitely add. Matter of fact, go ahead and just say 6. $22.20. There we go. So, see what AMD's doing. STC, mRNA, getting a buyback. SPY's getting a buyback. So shop is probably going to follow suit here. CCL, nice buyback, nice buy up. Shop is struggling a little, but So yeah, if shop comes back above this candle here, let me make sure on the 2 minute. Yeah, it'll probably be good to get out there. So I'm just going to say 3, stop at 629.51. Is that about right? Yeah, 629.51. Stop. Okay, wait a minute. Looks like we might be getting that move to the downside. Let's just hope it's not chop. As whippy as this is, I almost don't even trust this move here. Okay, we're in 8 shares at 623.22. We need to see continued momentum to the downside. Need to see a continued sell-off. Here we go, 620. See a break. $623.22. Need to see a break. Confirmed a break here. There we go. There we go. There we go. There's a break. Good job. Let's get a break of 618. Let's get a break of 618. Otherwise, it's nothing but a double bottom. Okay, may have to come out 6. Let's see. Can we get that break? Can we get that break below 619.50? Come on. SPY's getting a VWAP rejection. Trying to be patient with this one, guys. I see a really good move to the downside here. We've got to break 618. There we go. Got to break 618. Okay. We're going to get that break. Get that break of 618. Come on. I'm going to take a quarter there. Quarter position. Threw it on the bid. We got 6 shares at 622.38. There we go. Come on. Let's get a good clean break of 618. 617. There we go. Got 6 shares. But we've got to break that trend line. That trend line is the next real deal break. This is the trend line here. I want to see a break through this trend line. We marked it out here on the 15-minute. You can see I want to see a break and a clean break below it. Right now it's getting a bounce, so that's not good. SPY's pushing. Okay, coming out. So it's getting a bounce off that trend line. Let's take a look at AMD. AMD's chop, STC, mRNA, UPS, CCL, shop, 616 is the next point. I'd probably take 30 shares at the break of 616. 616.20. But I wouldn't want to take it any lower than this break right here. May be about to miss this. It's holding that trend line. It's holding that 616 level. There's the break. It's pretty spready. Don't know how I feel about that. Okay, and it's popping back up. It's getting a retest here of that trend line. If it holds the trend line, it's just not going to be good. AMD's getting the break. See where Tesla is. Tesla's getting a pullback. BYND, beautiful move to the downside there. Finding support. There's going to be a daily break at 97.50. Boeing looking strong. Shop is losing that trend line, so could make a continued move down. Slow moving. CCL's chopping around. UPS, I'm going to go ahead and remove. mRNA. It's kind of looking like a chop fest on mRNA. SDC, it's nowhere near where I want it to get in, so I'm going to remove that. AMD. Nothing but a chop fest. CCL. Shop. Making a pullback. But it did close below that trend line. It's a huge trend line there. Of course, it closed below it here too, so that trend line is kind of irrelevant right now. BYND making a significant pullback. ZM continuing to lose steam. Be interesting if it could break the 160 area. Seems every time it breaks, there's a significant pullback though. SPY is getting a very significant pullback. BYND knocking on the door to 100. There's a break at 97.50. SPY is pulling hard. AMD. CCL is pulling pretty hard. Shop continuing to pull. mRNA wanting to continue to move, but just a lot of chop on mRNA. It's not fluid. Disney overextended. Nice, making a good move down there. But I wonder how much of that is following SPY. It's like it's tracking very, very, very closely, very tightly with the SPY. AMD, chop. RNA still chopping a little. Shop's continuing to move, and it's definitely lost that trend line. So but it's just not resolving quick enough, and the spread is pretty big on it, so I don't know how I feel about that. ZM continuing to move, Boeing continuing to move. Take a look at Disney again. Yeah, Disney is tracking very, very closely with the SPY. So basically just watch what the SPY is doing. And the SPY looks like it could be getting a good sell-off today. So this might be significant for the SPY. But be interesting to see a pullback, at least enough of one to where you could get a good entry. Man, I've been missing all of this conversation in the chat. Okay. Okay. So Notergan and Yoni B, you guys have been chatting it up. Yoni B says took the first half at 135.50, but caught sucking my thumb at 136.50. Man, yeah, it's all right, man. What was that Roku? Was that Roku? I wonder. No, that couldn't have been Roku. It must have been what, Boeing? Yeah, Boeing. Shop had a nice pullback all the way to that trend line. Look at that. Glad I didn't get in at 610. That's what I mean. It's just super spready. I could take it here and get out at 618, I guess. If it pushes up there, but yeah, there's always another opportunity tomorrow for sure. Let me see if this follows SPY. It's knocking on that trend line, so I feel pretty good about it. Actually, now that I break it down to a minute chart, really want to see it stay rejected off that trend line. Yeah, good job, Sauger. Stick around in the chat for a while, though. Unless you got other stuff to do, of course. Yeah, low caps, small caps, low float, small caps, whatever, are definitely not the way that they were. BWEN, whatever happened with that. That one just continues to go down. I'm going to remove that from my alerts. I'm going to remove that from my alerts. Yeah, the market in general is, it's just not moving the same. 46.89. Man, that would be so interesting if we could break through that. mRNA, it's like we talked about in pre-market. It's doing the same thing. It's just kind of dumping all the way down, and it may end up just, curving back up. I wonder where this trend line is focused at. So it's about to hit that trend line. I would say if it broke 47, I think if it can break, we haven't. If you look here on the daily, we have not broken the previous day lows. We've been making higher lows. So if we break 47.30 and then 47.14 and then 46.89, I would really want to know. I'd really want to know. So, um, yeah, I tell you what, if this breaks, that would be interesting. Kind of the same concept as with shop. Yep, definitely slow for sure. Still here, but won't be taking trades. Took a short for the first time on shop. Got in at 614 and covered at 612. Nice. Good job. Good job. Yeah, and I really think if shop can, maintain below this. This is one of those trades where normally, several weeks ago, I would go ahead and get in right here. And I would just say, you know what? I'm just going to set a stop at all the way up here at, break of VWAP or, break of 621. Especially if you look at the 15-minute candle, if it breaks, or maybe even the break of 618. I would let it play out, and if I lost $100, I lost $100. Oh well, big deal. But I would just go ahead and put in my order and just wait for it to, continue to make moves throughout the day. Right now, I'm just not comfortable with it. Just not comfortable. And I mean, we've got to be comfortable. We've got to be comfortable with what we're trading. The only good thing about this setup right now is it has broken this trend line, and it's kind of double topped here. It had a little bit of a breakout here, but failed. Okay, and now we're almost nearing a double bottom here at 605. But I mean, we maintain below this trend line, and we break that double bottom. We've got a lot of room to move. So the risk to reward is incredible. But I just don't want to risk anything. I'm trying to gradually pad myself up on the day, but this is totally a move that I would normally take. If I was in simulation right now, I would for sure take this trade. I would take probably 30 shares at 615, and I would just get out at the break of 618 and lose $100. But I don't want to lose $100. And so, it's just, but I would have, 3 different trades going like that. And some of them would make up for that loss. And, so I'll tell you what, though, if SPY continues to kind of teeter around these levels the way that it is, I may just take a stab. Maybe with just 10 shares. Yeah, Disney is, I don't, I just don't trust Disney. I think it's completely following the SPY. What's LABU or LABD? Those ticker symbols, or are those just short ways of saying something? Oh, got you. Okay. LABD. All right. 617, 618. This is the thing. I'm watching SPY right now, and I mean, if SPY continues to make a good push up, some of these other stocks are probably going to do the same thing. There's a good move up there. All right, I'm going to jump in at 652, and I'll just take the 10 shares if it pops over. Well, there we go. Is that a short squeeze? We in a short squeeze right now? Let me give this time to work out. Come out half back at break even if I can. There we go. Okay, so we got out half at break even. Let's see what happens with these other 5 shares. That little pop there was a little worrisome. Plus SPY might get a push back up, a strong push up, and then SHOP may follow. But I'll tell you what, I mean, if SHOP can stay below that trend line, see, all that was just a short squeeze. There was a lot of people doing the same thing I was doing that ended up just having to buy themselves out. Oop, a little accident there. Well, it looks like it's wanting to push back up through it, guys, so I may have to get out anyway. Let's see. SPY's holding that line. I'll just show you guys what's kind of going on with SPY right now. Held that line. It's getting bought right back up. So let's just see if shop can get a rejection off this trend line. Final move and a final breakdown past all of this here. And then all I'll do is start setting a stop. If we can fail these levels, I'll just start setting stops and then gradually bringing those stops down. But right now it's looking like it wants to go on a little bit of a tear here. See if we can get a thrust down here. Continued rejection off that trend line. Continued sell off. Really need to see a breakdown past 614, 613. And then a continuation obviously past 610 would be really good. Come on. There we go. If we can get that continuation past 610, come on. We're getting a rejection off that 9 EMA, and we're getting a rejection off that trend line, and technically VWAP too. So I don't see why this can't make a significant flush to the downside here. Especially on the daily. It looks like we could get a move down at least to 593. At least to 595, 594. Which means that gradually piecing out, you know, I could possibly get over $100 on the day today with this last move here. So if I just hold it long enough, so I'd be okay with that. I'd be all right with that. All right. Let's get a flush here. Come on, 613. Come on, there we go. And then the next critical break is at 610. Might even consider adding there since I got in all the way at 616. Great job, Chart Stalker. Sorry guys, now I'm just kind of looking back at the chat. Okay, I'm just going to set a stop on these last 5 shares at 619. I guess I'll lose basically $15. 619.97. Let's see. Does that make sense though? Maybe over 619. Yeah. So stop 619. Yeah. Yeah. Do a stop limit. $619.52. Stop by. Okay. All right, guys. I'll be right back. Taking a quick break. Okay, guys. SPY is losing its lunch. I don't know why. I don't know why shop is not. But we're going to do 610 30. And going to try to sell at the break of 610. Okay. Okay, LABD. So shop is still, even though SPY is tanking, shop is remaining strong. So something going on with that one. I really don't understand it, but I wish it would tank. Anyway, okay. Stop. Sell. So shop, let me know, shop, if you get to 612 on the bid. Okay. Man, AMD all of a sudden has started to make some really good moves. So that's good. mRNA broke through. Glad to hear. 417.17. Okay. So it broke through that trend line. So that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and get in there at 47.52 for a retest. Because if this breaks 46.89, we could be good. We could be really good. That could be a great trade right there. So SPY's getting a buy up off of some pretty critical areas. But it's overall selling off. So it's sitting on this line right here. May come back down to these 288 levels, maybe even the 287.31 level. So we'll see what happens with that. mRNA would love to see a break. We got a break on the daily at 47.30. Love to see a break at 47.14 and then 46.89. That would be phenomenal. LABD. Yeah, I'll check that out in a minute. Okay, so mRNA did not want to get the retest. I want to see us close below. Okay, shop took me out. Shop obviously bounced all the way up to 619, so there's that. See if mRNA can resolve and break these daily levels here. And I would add back to it the break of 47.14, maybe 47. It's getting a bounce off that trend line, but I don't know how genuine that is. So and it could be one of those things where, again, guys, where it's just, it's coming down and then it's going to curl back up. So, we'll see. But I feel like since it broke through that trend line, I think there's a pretty good case. And with the SPY being weak, I think there's a pretty good case to the downside here. But again, we gotta break this. Where is it on the daily? This 46.89 level. It's kind of what I would like to see. Otherwise, if it maintains, if it gets back above this trend line and confirms above it, obviously I'm gonna have to get out. So Yeah, I'll check out Roku. Yeah, it's a little bit of a risk. It's a little bit of a risk on Roku. There's a lot of resistance up here, 122.16. Thing is I have a feeling Roku is following the SPY pretty steadily, so I'd be willing to take 50 there. Well, see if we can get taken out there. There we go. Well, I only got 44 of those shares filled. May build a position here. I think as long as the SPY continues to fail, Roku should get a nice little fail. But let's see if it can pull back up to 122.44. I would be looking to take another 50 shares up there. Let's see, mRNA is about to close. I mean, mRNA, if it breaks the 9 EMA, I'm gonna have to get out, because it hasn't done that since it's been running down. We broke through this trend line. It's getting bought back up. I'd love to see it close below that trend line, or at least a bounce off of this 9 EMA, and then another move back below that trend line. I'm going to be patient with it. Just going to see if it works out. Okay, if Roku cannot make a move here, I may get out some of my shares. Really want to see a flush down. The SPY's pulling, so I feel like Roku ought to follow suit here. Okay, I'm going to come out half on Roku just in case. We really need to see it break 120.80. mRNA looks like it's coming back to fail that trend line, but we got to see a move down. Got to see a move down. Got to see continuation. Otherwise, I'll have to get out. Let's put Roku up here. SNDX, Sagar. Yeah, this looks. Only thing is it's making all-time highs. 1813. What's the story with SNDX? 27 million share float. They announced preclinical profile and initial phase 1 data demonstrating clinical activity. Okay, all right. So it's got I guess a decent catalyst on it, but the question is I mean, it's had a pretty nice buy up here, so I don't know. Wouldn't be too quick on that one. mRNA looks like it's holding, but we'll see. We'll see where that ends up going. See where that ends up going. CCL. Shop. Man, what a recovery back up past that trend line on Shop. Tesla looks like it wants to make a little bit more of a continuation to the downside. Zoom. Nice little buy up here, but don't know how genuine it is. I would take 50 shares on Zoom. Let's see. Might want to be a little more patient with that one. It's getting a steady, consistent buy up. mRNA, are we going to get that rejection? If not, consider coming out half just to see what it does. I'm going to come out half. Coming out half on mRNA, just in case. It's holding the trend line. You know, Shop is very surprising to me. You know, what it's doing. Roku is surprising. I thought Roku would have, you know, had a quicker fail right there, but should be getting a fail here. But it's just having a hard time. Having a hard time breaking. mRNA. Want to see it get a break back down past 47.70. If it closes above that 9 EMA, I've got to take it. Unfortunately. Okay, it's getting a rejection. Okay, I almost want to, I kind of want to go short on this one again. So I'm jumping back into mRNA. I got a 47.88 average. If it comes up above 48.20, I'll have to get out. But what I'd really like to see is a rejection here and a move back down to these areas, and then a break below 47. mRNA is a force to be reckoned with right now. So SPY is getting crushed. mRNA is getting bought up. Come on. You got to be kidding me. Man, there's a lot of buying coming back in on mRNA. See, come on. Come on, work yourself out here. Work yourself out. Come below that trend line. Come on. If it holds this trend line on this 5 minute and whips back up, I'm going to have to get out. Look at that. Look at that. What in the world? What in the world is that? I mean, what was that? Somebody just came in. I don't know if somebody covered their shorts or... I have no idea what that was, guys. It was ridiculous is what it was. Man, come on. This, by all intents and purposes, should be failing. Come on. There you go. Gonna come out half just in case. We got 75 at a 48.05 average. Really want to see this go to work for me. That was just an incredible short squeeze there. Really want to see these shares go to work for me. Got to see a break of that trend line again. SPY is getting crushed. So I just don't understand why all these other stocks, mRNA for some reason is having the most difficult time getting crushed. SPY's getting crushed. Roku is just kind of teetering around, not really doing much. It's just the most unreal thing here. But SPY took a nosedive here, you can see. Sitting on this critical level right here at 287.31. It's kind of where it's bouncing. And then mRNA is just taking its sweet time. I will consider adding to my position at the break of 120. So I'm going to add there. Should get some resolution to the downside here. Hopefully break 119.72 and look to break 119.64. So see if we can do that. See if we can get that on Roku. Did not have a clean break there. $119.64. So Roku has got me caught up in a little bit of chop here, unfortunately. May have to come out half. We'll see. Okay, and think about taking, come out half there just in case. So we got 61 shares at 120.06. Really need to see some resolution to the downside here. There we go. There we go. Let's see a break. Can we get this break? 119.60. Be great if we could. I'm going to come out half again, just in case it doesn't. mRNA still making a steady progression upwards, but really doesn't, I mean, it still looks like it could be rolling over here. So I'm going to give it a chance to play out. I mean, if I got to get out, I got to get out. Roku just refuses to go down. CCL's continuing to lose steam. That's good. Boeing losing some steam as well. Get a nice little pullback. Go ahead and go short there on Boeing. 100 shares. I'll get it as it continues to come back up. I think we're going to get a nice pullback here on Boeing. Nice enough to take, get a good solid trade on. So there we go. There we go. There we go. Take another half the shares there. There we go. See if we can get a break. There we go. Oops. And it's getting a chop out here. There we go. There we go. Yep. Come out half and see about coming out another half there. So we're up 67.81. It was a good move right there on Boeing. Man, could have stayed in even longer. Let's wait for the pullback. See if we can get a significant pullback. There we go. That's a good, nice pullback there. Nice pullback. So get back in. See if we can get another pullback. It's good. 129.80. There we go. There we go. Come out half. And see if we can get a breakthrough 129. Okay, let's see if we can get that break. Can we get the break? There we go. Come out. Looks like it's going to get pulled. They're going to pull back on that one. This could be the break right here. mRNA is finally seeing some resolution. Let's see, Boeing is pulling back. Let's see how much of a pullback we can get. mRNA coming down. Roku still messing around. Roku's just on its own little thing right now. SPY's continuing to pull. I see the chat moving a little in my peripheral, but I can't look at it quite yet. Let's see. Boeing faces criminal civil. Okay, just caught it. And pull back. We gonna pull back? Oh, no, we're not. No, we're not. This is not good for Boeing. That is some bad news. Yeah, that's some news right there. Right, Notergan. SPY's losing it. Boeing's losing it. Okay, let's see if we can get a little more. Can we get a fill there? Can we get a fill? And I'm coming out. I have no idea what that's about to do. So that looked like it could have paused for a minute there. mRNA finally working itself back out under that trend line. Hopefully it continues. I'm going to go ahead and take half on mRNA just to lock in some more profit. Um, I know how to make a I know how to make an entry. Oh no, Flip. Flip knows how to make an entry. That's right. Yeah, where you been, Flip? Man, come on, bro. What's going on? What's going on? You leaving us all hanging here. We were just talking about you the other day. Look, Sauger's happy to see you. Yoni B's happy to see you. Notergan's happy to see you. We're all happy to see you, man. Where you been? Come on, man. You got us worried to death over here. It's like your mother, you know? You out riding bikes around the neighborhood till midnight with your friends, and then you finally come in the door, and she's like, "Where have you been, Flip? Where have you been? I've been worried sick about you." We've been worried sick about you, bro. You can't go running off like that without telling us where you're going. You owe us an explanation right now, Flip. You owe us a big explanation, young man, and you're grounded. I'm gonna ban you from the channel. No more live stream trading with us. Not for 2 weeks. You're grounded for 2 weeks. And nothing but crickets in the chat. There you go. Work divers saying what's up. Flip, I wonder if Flip, are you still here, or did you just Southern mama voice? Yeah. I'm just wondering if Flip just came in, dropped that news, and then took off. He was like, here's a little bomb for you, and then took off. All right, Boeing could be just making a quick little curl around here. I might be okay to jump in 50 shares on this. The great thing about this move with Bowen right now is SPY is weak. And so, you know, this gives a little more momentum for Boeing to continue to make some pretty sharp moves. Come on, Bowen. Get a nice little blast down. Okay. Just gonna scalp a little scalp there for Boeing. Roku finally making its way back down. What's up with ZM? What's up with BYND? Tesla, CCL, mRNA. Just mRNA just needs to keep moving. I don't even know why it's freaking fiddling around at this area. $47.17. So mRNA, I'm going to set a stop on the last 38 shares at 48.30. So 38 shares, stop at 48. Finally, Roku. Look at Roku. Roku has finally seen the light. Let's see if we can jump in again. Hold on. Where's the daily level? 1925, and then all the way down to 1812. So 1925 is going to be significant. I would get in. Stop limit. $31. Stop sell. Okay. mRNA is getting a pullback. We got Roku. Really want to see Roku make that move. Boeing is making a good little pullback here. This is great. This is great. This is what I like to see, because what's going to happen is if it breaks this 29.90, it's probably going to come up and test these levels here. So I'll put in an order at 130.50 to short 50 shares. I'll start building a position there at 130.50. Roku, I want to know if it hits 119.24. Okay, and then mRNA, I want to know if it hits 47.50. Okay. Boeing is not quite making it up there, but I think it can. I think it can. I think I can get those first 50 shares there at 130.50, and then I think I could get another at 132. But really, you know, what I'm going to be most concerned with is looking for opportunities to, you know, to just make quick little scalps. So if I get it at 130.50, just kind of like that, you see it popped up to 130.09 and then dropped all the way back down to 129.38. You know, I want a quick pop on those. I want a really quick pop on those. SPY's getting a little bit of a buyback though, so I want to be careful. But now I think if that comes up, let me look at my next level here. I think 130.70 is where I need to put that order in at. So 130.70. I'm going to sell there, and I will take it at 130.40 for a quick scalp. $23. I need to change that to stop limit to 119. $22. 12. Stop. Sell. We'll just sell 50 if it gets there. mRNA. Man, what a recovery. mRNA is just such a chop fest, guys. This is why I put my stop all the way up at 48.30. This is why, because of that junk right there. This is what mRNA does. This is what it does. You know, it's just a chop, just a freaking chop fest, man. I mean, it comes all the way up on this 15-minute candle, comes all the way down on this 15-minute candle, comes all the way up on this 15-minute candle. You know, it's just kind of like, what are you doing? You know, but if you're finding a bottom, that's fine. Just, it's like, do you have to be so choppy about it? I mean, honestly. Okay, Boeing is not making any kind of a significant pullback, so I'm going to remove that order right there. Roku. If Roku comes up, I'm going to want to get out at the break of 120. So Roku, 31 shares. Stop limit 120, and we'll say 120. Well, didn't even have time to put the order in. All right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take it at 119.86. I think we can get a pullback to there. See, 119.86. Can we get it? Can we get a pullback? Come on. Come on. You can get it to 86. No reason why you can't. AMD, nice recovery there. Zoom, BYND, not really interested in. Tesla is getting a slight recovery. Shop, getting a nice little recovery of that trend line. Okay. Come on, Roku, you got to be kidding me. All right. See if we can get it back to 120.06. Just get out break even on those 31 shares. This is all happening right now. I believe this is all happening because of the SPY. No, this is whip action here. No, I think we can get it. I think we can get it to 119.86. I'm gonna keep it there. Especially if SPY ends up moving around. Here's what SPY is doing on the daily. You know, so we're getting basically a rejection from this whole area up here I was talking about, where the trend line is meeting the support. Now it didn't, or the trend line is meeting the line of resistance. Now it did not get all the way up there, but it's had a significant sell-off. Okay, and that's legit. And right now, if SPY continues to curl around and break 285.50, I think that's going to be a very significant break. Otherwise, what it may do is it may kind of teeter around, chop around, and then form a support right here at 285. So this is why I think Roku will still come back and get my order, because I think SPY, I can't see SPY. I think what it's going to do is it's going to, first of all, this 9 moving average is meeting right here at this other level of, and this is an important level here, by the way, this level of 287.31. So I think it'll meet that. I think it'll come back and maybe retest this level or retest this level here at 286.50. But I think we'll get enough of a pullback for Roku to come back and, you know, maybe run down here and catch my order at 119.86. I think we should be able to get out there. mRNA is making higher lows. So I'm going to put an order out at mRNA. I want to get out that 38 shares at 48.05. And really, let me see. I think we could get it down to 47.91. We'll put it at 91 just to be safe. See if we can get that. See if we can get that on those two. I'll give them a chance. We're up 152.59 on the day. Probably 120 after fees and commissions. So, okay, let's see. So, Flip probably heavy and Boeing at the moment. Yeah, maybe so. 127, 124, 108. Boeing drop resistance. Yep. Good job finding those levels. Notergen, you're absolutely right. Those are really good levels to pick up on. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Am I gonna get the fill? Okay, so I got the pullback on Roku. So good job with Roku. We got the fill on that at 119.86. Let me come back to the chat real quick. Matt, be careful with Roku. This would be my long entry with a stop below 117. Okay. Yeah, I think that, and again, that's, you know, good call on that, Yoni B. That's why I put that order there, just because you're right. This could be a turnaround point. You know, I've seen it time and time again. It breaks a nice whole number like 120 or something like that, or like, you know, if it's a $50 mark or something like that, you'll see a break of that. And then, you know, that's kind of where buyers start coming in. They see a buy signal, they start coming in, they feel like it's oversold. So thanks, Yoni B. Notergen says, guess Boeing already priced in criminal charges. Yeah, probably so. Dude, Notergen, you're freaking hilarious, dude. I don't even think you realize it. I don't know. I don't know. Are you trying to be funny, or are you just naturally a funny dude like that? Because that's, let me see here. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, we've on Boeing. Yeah, we're coming up to a pretty significant area. Let's see. How much time do we have left in this 5 minutes? Man, yeah, this would be a great place for a potential pullback. I don't think I'm going to catch it in time. I don't want to chase it. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So I think it's possible to get a good move, get a good quick scalp on that. Let's see, 129. Let me just look at this. 129. I think at least 129. 92. We could get that, or we'll say 82 just in case. Now, I am going to be ready if it, obviously if it continues to pull back, I'll come out half. I'll be careful with it. But this could definitely get a good strong move back down here, even to the 129.50s, but I'm going to play it safe. Let's see. Okay, it's teetering. I don't like that. I'm coming out half on Boeing. And then I'm going to see where that other 25 shares goes. It's kind of teetering on these levels here. So now I'd either want to get out or I'd want to add to, and I need to figure out. So if broke 131. It'd be really interesting to know what if SPY is going to get that bounce, that rejection off that level in that 9 EMA. Boeing looks like it's curling around to get bought up here, but I would love to see a break of 130. And let's see where this trend is matching up. So I'd probably want to get out at, 129.60s, 129.70s maybe. Yeah, it's a little bit. Boeing's holding. We need to see a really solid break here. Need to see a really solid break on Boeing. We could still make, we could still make 20 bucks off of this, I think. SPY looks like it's going to get a rejection off that EMA. So I would want to get out. I'm going to go ahead and set my order for 128.82. And I'll take it before that if it can't get to it. Really want to see what happens here. It's holding that 9 EMA. But this could be a very significant flush. Maybe that's a little over ambitious. I ought to go for 129.32 actually. 129.32. Okay. Bouncing off of that trend line. So if it breaks, I think we can get that fill at 129.32. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm going to come out half just to lock some in, and we'll see where that other 13 shares goes. Maybe we can get a break all the way back down here to the 128s. Note again says he's cynical. That's hilarious. Yeah. Joining Matt on the Boeing short. Okay, good job, Yoni B. Your risk tolerance, I think, right now is probably a little bit better than mine. So you're probably doing better than I am on that trade, which I genuinely hope that you are, because this trade looks like it's really starting to work out. It broke the trend line, but and SPY did get that rejection. I'll show you guys here. SPY got the rejection off the 9 EMA, where it was lagging kind of at this level right here, but it got that rejection. But it could find a little bit of strength, a little bit of buy pressure here at this line. So you want to be careful. That could definitely cause Boeing to, you know, come back out of it. So could be making a curl around here, and I'll be ready to get out I think if it comes back up over 130.30, I think, you know, so basically break even. Break even is where I will want to get out. Oh, and it popped right up. Look at that. It's interesting because SPY broke that level. All right, so I'm going to get out these 13 shares at 130. Break even, basically. I'll do it at 130.22. Try to pay for the trade if I can. I'm very surprised at this, at the pop up here. But Roku does that sometimes. Roku can just be really difficult sometimes. So let's look at AMD. Or excuse me, Boeing. Boeing can be difficult sometimes. Let's see. You know, it's whippy. It's whippy, but it's still working out. It's still working out. If it breaks 129.55 and, you know, maintains below that trend line there, it's going to be good. Roku, nice. Can we get a final ultimate break on Roku here? I don't know if I trust this. It's moving too slow. mRNA is just all right. Obviously, I'm going to have to get out of this one if it breaks. What, VWAP 4864? I may as well just get out. I'm done with mRNA. I'm done with it. Ah, man, I hate when that happens. It just blows right through your order. Blows right through. Hate when that happens. Okay, Bowen's making a good solid move. Yoni B, you ought to be pretty good on that one. Ah. And mRNA. Literally got out at the top of that junk. Although it could continue to move up. We don't know yet. Tesla, BYND, ZM, Boeing cleared that trend line. Boy, I'll tell you what though, what a chop fest on Boeing. Still chopping. Still chopping. It broke trend. Got a 9 EMA rejection, still chopping. That's what bugs me so much about Boeing. So 118.09, 118.56. No, 118.12. So what Roku might end up doing today, if the SPY remains weak and continues pulling back, I can easily see Roku breaking 118.12 and making a good significant move down, at least to the, you know, the 114s, 115 areas. We could get a genuine $2 to $3 move off of that. Can't believe mRNA held. You know, mRNA and SHOP are very familiar today. They both cracked below major trend lines, broke key areas of support, and, well, it was more kind of in this area right here. Broke through whole numbers and came up. You know, I mean, it met trend line right here at what, roughly around the 620 break. And mRNA, you know, talking breaking previous day lows, and look at this. Now it's dropping. Now it's coming back. Right when I thought it was going to break VWAP and go on a tear, now it's coming back. Totally didn't even have to take that loss. The story of my life, though. This is literally the story of my life. And can you imagine if I hadn't even jumped in on mRNA, I'd be up, you know, almost $200 right now. There's always one stock, one freaking stock. But anyway, yeah, just the fact that mRNA and SHOP both, you know, broke trend, broke key areas, broke whole numbers, and then just beautiful recovery on them. So anyway, I will want to know if mRNA gets to the 4750 mark. Right now, this just looks like it could be sitting pretty on this trend line. Okay. How you doing on Boeing, Yoni B? You still holding? And where's your stop? Roku making that move. So where was it? So we need to break 118.50. We need to break 118.12. Just very, very wary about Roku. But it, you know, in all honesty, I mean, it's making a solid move down. So I would take 50 at 119.65. Maybe 119.70. Because this is what it loves to do. Loves to poke its head up here. So we'll even do 119.60. I think that would be good enough. Otherwise, I want to be alerted at the break of 118 on Roku. No, 118.50. Because I think there's a critical break at 118.12. Sorry, Matt, I was away from keyboard. I put stop above 131.50 on the rest of my shares. I don't want to lose, but I really want to see if it goes lower. Yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look at it. This pattern is showing, you remember we've talked about before the story changing. You know, if the story changes, you're going to want to readjust that. If you've already gotten out half your shares, I think, you know, and if that was a significant win for you, I'd consider taking it at the break of this EMA and this level here, just because it looks like it's curling around. And now the SPY Now the SPY is actually making a pretty significant push up. You can see right here. So that's why my, so Roku, okay, so I just got filled on Roku. But I want to get out at 119.30. Quick scalp on Roku. Just trying to make 15 bucks here. Okay, SPY's pushing. This could be a reversal moment. So, oof. Oh, okay, this is not good. Come on. Yeah, for first time ever, the 5 EMA or the 9 EMAs being compromised on the 5 minute. So it's a pretty strong buy up on the 15 minute too. You can notice right there. So need to try to look for an exit point here. Unless it can reject. Unless it can reject. Let's look on the 30. We'll look on the 60. So 30, 120, 50 is going to be a critical break there. SPY's making a just a steady little push up there. Roku getting a nice steady buy up. Some of this armchair stuff better carry over. Yeah, let's take a look at Bowen right now. So Bowen is still struggling. I mean, it popped up through there, but man, what a great move. Still coming down. mRNA holding that smaller trend line there. CCO making a slow recovery back up. So okay, Roku. Is that how it's going to be? Bowen looks like it may still make a move down. Roku all of a sudden just doing what you would never expect it to do. Just straight buy up. Nothing but straight buy up. But it's a nice buy up right here on this 100-day moving average. So, I mean, good job for Roku. And the SPY's getting bought up. So, may need to cut my losses here. It's okay. Can take a little loss on Roku. Don't want to, but do what I have to do. See if we can get enough of a pullback. It's rough. There we go. It's a nice little pullback there. Nice little pullback there. There we go. There we go. And yeesh. Let's see. See if we can get out there. See if we can get my order taken right there at 120.26. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Out of Boeing. Or out of Roku. I keep getting Boeing and Roku confused today. So LABD. Is it LABU or LABD? Oh, I see. So LABD is losing VWAP. This would be a good, genuinely, this would be a good spot for a short. It would be. And then just obviously break a VWAP. But if you took it at 141.01, for me, this would just be a scalp. This would just be a scalp. And I would I'd take maybe 100 shares off at 40.91 and then see if the other 100 shares could get down to like 71 or maybe 61, but that's if I took it. I don't know if I would take it. So we would have gotten filled there on that 100. Let's see if it would have made it down to 40.71. So we would have made $10 so far off of 200 shares. Would have taken the first 100 off the table, and then again the second 100 would be at 41.71. And that would be a total of $40 on 200 shares. And you could even take it at 40.81 if you get nervous, obviously if it looks like it's not going to go all the way down. But this is where I would set the order at 71. And if it didn't run, if it like paused at 71 or down in the 70s but didn't keep moving, I would go ahead and just take it at like 81 or something. So see how it's pausing here? I'd give it a sec. Oh, there it goes almost. almost. And I'd probably go ahead and take it at 81 if it were me. So that would have been a $30 trade on 200 shares. Not bad. LABD long. Stop 620. This made it all the way down here, so Roku continuing to get a pullback. I could have saved a little money there if I'd been a little more patient. But you gotta take it when you feel like. Let's see. I'm gonna remove that trend line there at shop because I'm probably gonna be done with that for the day, and then mRNA I might come back on later, just depending. CCL, I'm pretty much going to remove that one. Tesla. Looks like it could be weak. But if it's following what the SPY's doing, and if the SPY seems like it's going to get a continuation to the upside today, then anyway, it's 11:40, guys, and I've got other work I've got to get into here, so probably going to keep it moving. But yeah, basically up 121.78. Let's see, 46. So I'm probably only up $70 after fees and commissions. Took a lot of trades today. So yeah, probably only up $70, but it is what it is. It's another green day. I'll set some alerts. I'll come back in later, see if there's anything to look at. I think I want to change this list here. So really, I feel like with Boeing, with the news we got on it, probably needs to be at the top. I think Roku, I think mRNA, AMD, and yeah, I'll just kind of keep it at that for right now. So picking up steam again. Boeing, yeah, might be. Well, let's see. Yeah, I got to be careful. It's whippy. But you're right. It could be, in the long run, this could be making a steady move downward. So I probably would like to be alerted as it's nearing 128. So I'll put, let's see, 128.30 on the bid. SDC, I'll leave it up just in case, but Roku, yep. mRNA, I'll do 47.80 also on the bid, because I think that's where that one line is. AMD, forget about it. So I've got some alerts set here. We'll see what it does today. Let's look at LABU, or was it LABD? LABD. Yeah, it might be good for a long on LABD. That might be a decent long, but you've got your stop set, so that's good. Actually moving my stop to 624 and took off half the table. Good. That's good. Good move. It's probably what I would have done. Yeah, anytime you're unsure, or if it just looks like, it's not going to do much, um, you want to be careful with it. So, um, you're welcome, Work Diver. Thank you for being here again today. If you guys had a good time, consider liking, and I'll definitely be back later with a video recap. Talk about if there's any other trades I made. So today the winner was Boeing by far. Um, I'll tell you what, if nothing else, guys, at least it just goes to show that, if you keep your winners big and your losers small, this is these can be the results. It might not be anything huge, major, nothing to write home about, but hey, look, I mean, $50 is $50, $100 is $100. So, and especially for coming in each morning and just spending a couple hours doing something that you enjoy doing, spending time with a community of other people who also enjoy it. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. So, but anyway, I've got other work to tend to here, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And once again, thank you guys. It was a good time today, and tomorrow we've got more opportunities. So looking forward to it. And again, check back in for the recap video later. And you guys have a good rest of the day. Be careful out there.